I am Red Cyclone! Yeah!
Yes, sir. Welcome to another episode of the Inc's Better Ask You a Podcast. I'm your host, Lee Beans, and I'm here with Mark tonight.
What's up?
Show us your Mark. What it is.
Not much. I've been rewatching the X-Men animated series because we got announced last week. I forgot to mention this on the show that X-Men 97 got a release date of March 20th.
Okay, so that's not that long from now, right?
Yep. There's actually like a full watch guides from that date to watch everything before the show starts. But I started watching it. I was like, you know what? Once I knew that was coming, I was like, all right, you know what? This is on here. I'm gonna watch it and check it out. So I started it, and I'm at season 3 now. Season 3 was the season that it went prime time with the Lady Deathstrike episodes, the two-parter with the alien.
Okay.
That one went prime time with the debut of season 2 of Power Rangers, and that's the reason why I know those episodes so far, because it went prime time. The Power Rangers were actually like hosting it and things like that, and that's when they did the Thunder Megazord and all that stuff. So I remember that clearly. So I've been watching the X-Men series. I have critiques with it, but I think it does a good job in just telling a story. It does a good job with not like making it like dumbifying it for kids. Like the kid is like, if you go by the dialogue and what they're talking about and what they're dealing with, it's not a kid show. It's really not like aimed for kids in that matter and stuff. And I like the fact that it doesn't dumb it down for kids to understand it either. It does what it does, and it is what it is. My big gripe with it is just how weak Wolverine was in season 1. His ass was in the hospital bed way too many times. Like, for a person that could heal himself, he was in the hospital bed way too many times. And
I don't remember what happened to him.
So, this is the first episode. Why does Morph risk his life to save the one that could heal?
I don't think they know about Wolverine's the extent of how far he can heal back. Because, I mean, if you think about it, he got vaporized, technically.
Yeah, he knew. They actually go into context that he knew that he heals.
No, but I'm talking about, like, that much. I don't... Because you would think he would just get burnt alive, and that'd be it. He wouldn't heal back. But I don't think that... Because, remember, that's not the type of X-Men... stories that they were telling, where Wolverine gets thrown into a submarine and thrown in the bottom of the ocean, or he gets burnt up by a human toy. You know what I'm saying? Nuclear explosion, and they put a bomb in the side of him. Like, they didn't do that stuff in that. So
that was the one thing that made me laugh. It was like the one that could heal, he's the one that's risking his life for. But beyond that, like, but then also like Wolverine was in the hospital a bit after it and stuff like that too. And then there was another one that I think they were fighting. I think this was when Sabretooth attacked him, and Sabretooth like just hit him once in the chest. It wasn't like in a claw or nothing. He hit him once in the chest, and Wolverine went down. He was like, "Oh no, my stomach," and he was in the hospital bed for after that. And then he fights Wolverine. He fights Sabretooth again and eats all his hits. And then fights him again and takes it like that, but he doesn't end up in a hospital bed. So like that kind of shit was inconsistent with it. But that's just me like nitpicking it because I've seen this before, kind of thing. Then it is what it is. But I
would only say is probably a victim of them having to censor the violence, because I imagine that the first time he got hit, it was supposed to be some type of mortal wound or something.
It was a chop to the chest.
No, but I'm just saying, like, they couldn't animate him like stabbing him in his chest or pulling his guts out or something in one swipe.
Yeah, But
So
it was like a
it's probably
punch.
just a victim
Yeah.
of bad like writing, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the only shit that big. Like, why Wolverine is in the hospitals all the time? The guy that can use, he's in the hospital all the damn time. But other than that, like, I liked the characteristics. I liked how they built the team and everything like that. Rogue was, I think, still my favorite character. I think she had the most interesting things that happened to her and whatnot. And I still think to this day, I think she's one of my favorite characters of the show. Storm was just very over dramatic, and whoever did his voice was just always over dramatic with everything. Like, Storm, come, but you had to call out her powers and shit. And then I think Power Rangers and mentality wise, and like, yeah, they always call out their powers. So there you go. But I'm enjoying the show. Like, I'm enjoying it for what it is, and the fact that it doesn't dumb it down for kids. Like, and that's something that a lot of cartoons during that time and stuff like that, they had to make it goofy and shit like that for kids and whatnot, or have it a thing. But one thing Batman didn't do was dumb it down as well. So one thing I give credit, because even Spider-Man kind of dumbed it down a little bit for kids.
But I think that's why the time that it came on actually mattered, because I think it being one of the later in the day cartoons,
It could be that.
kind of made up for it. Because if I recall, X-Men never came on earlier than 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, it came out
When
like
it
around
first
11
aired.
o'clock.
Yeah, when it first aired.
Yeah.
Whatever it was in syndication, I can't vouch for that.
It was always in like
But-
11 o'clock, 11:30 time stop. I actually looked it up. It was always the 11 o'clock, 11:30. But the funny thing is, you had like Animaniacs like right before it or right after.
Yeah, but Animax, you gotta
But then
remember
again, that was
also that's a
also-
different
yeah.
different channel.
Yeah. No, Animaniacs was on Channel 5.
See, I'm thinking of WB.
No, it was
I
Animaniacs was
I
on
forget
Fox. Yeah,
in
it started on
syndication.
Fox.
It was on WB.
Also,
Which
Batman
in
animated
retrospect-
series. Yeah.
Which in retrospect is very funny. Two WB cartoons on Fox.
Yeah.
It's not about that.
Because even Batman animated series started on WB.
Nobody cared back then.
Yeah.
Why do they care now?
Yeah, they only
Why-
cared
why
about
do
you selling toys to people. That's pretty much it. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
gotta
they didn't
put some
care about the
education
rights.
and stuff.
It's just interesting how low we've come, because
Yeah.
I think that was actually a high point, because you can get anything anywhere,
Yeah,
and they didn't have to try to beat you over the head
yeah,
with some type of a streaming service like they do now.
yeah,
Yeah, TV sucks.
yeah.
Man, I think this is talking about this is probably reminding me that television is one of the only things that when you talk about it, when we talk about it being better than it is now, it's not nostalgia goggles,
Yeah.
because it actually was better than it is
Yeah.
now.
There's some good stuff like on TV now that I will say.
No, there's not.
So there's
And
a show. So
I'm saying that because there's no cartoons no more.
no, there's no cartoons. There's all like anime and they're on Netflix and stuff like that. Like I watched the He-Man Revolution or whatever it's called, the Kevin Smith one. And those are the things you gotta find online and whatnot. But there's no like Saturday morning cartoons. You're
Nope.
right, Red Dot.
Nope. Gone.
It's all on like Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon, Nicktoons and shit. And
Mhm.
I think that's a sad thing too, because I again as a kid, if you think about it in nostalgic ways and things like that, I actually looked forward to the Saturday mornings. Like I used to wake up. It's the only day I wake up early. It's for Saturday morning cartoons.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much that's how it was.
And it's a sad thing that like people that can't like see that and understand that. You could probably make it, but it's not the same.
No, you can't enjoy it the way it was formatted actually. So it was funny too, because remember the creativity around the cartoons was they made cartoons to advertise. So they had songs.
Yeah. Like I
They had,
remember
like Batman. What was it, like that whole Warner Brothers cast? They had Batman singing about Christmas and stuff for
Yeah.
certain episodes. They had like you said, Animaniacs. They had songs advertising the other shows that were in the cartoon lineups.
yeah.
Like you don't get that anymore.
Nah, we don't. And they even had like little hosts and shit. Because I remember there was like a cat that used to host the Channel 5 stuff. I forgot his
Yeah.
name. I
Mhm.
remember he was a
I mean-
cat. He was like a puppet cat.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I just don't
and,
remember.
and then it was like I think Dog City started it. and then they had a couple other cartoons in the early ones. Spider-Man was like at 9 o'clock. X-Men was always at 11. I used to wake up early for Spider-Man. A lot of people talking about seeing that they're doing X-Men 97. Oh, they should do Spider-Man. They just Spider-Man next. I was like, so I have a love-hate for Spider-Man the animated series.
Why you say that?
Because once they made Mary Jane a clone and fucking gave her hydro powers, it annoyed the shit out of me.
Well, that wasn't the whole series, so it's not.
But
like,
that was a big key, like a thing.
It was,
after that,
and
she was a clone.
Also, that was basically the end of the series. So if you chop that part off, it's not really that much.
It was that. It was some of the things too. Like I hated the way they did Green Goblin. I
Really?
wasn't crazy about the Green Goblin character. I think Hobgoblin should have been Green Goblin.
I thought Green Goblin was okay. But then
I
again, it was just for what they.
yeah.
I think it was the fact that they made the Hobgoblin such a prevalent character already that it made him seem less important.
Yeah, and it was
Because remember, Hobgoblin was there from wasn't Hobgoblin like from the first season?
Yeah, he was early. That was Mark Hamill. Yeah,
he's very early.
Joker voice and all.
Yeah, that's true. But I think that's kind of like they wrote themselves into that with that cartoon by having literally the perfect voice for the Green Goblin as the Hobgoblin. They kind of messed up.
I hated Madam Web.
But again, she was the end. I didn't like her either.
She came in season 2.
She wasn't like the most prevalent thing, wasn't that?
She annoyed me.
He was trapped
Every
on the
time she
planet?
popped up, she annoyed me. I wanted to punch her in the head.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
she was
but
the
like-
Watcher.
But I remember her having a huge role when she showed up, like at the end.
Yeah, with
Remember
the
when
Secret
she was-
Wars and the
Yeah, that whole thing. That's when I did. That's when I stopped watching.
yeah. Those you see,
Couldn't watch it.
those episodes were good. It's just she annoyed me, and again, she was like the Watcher. Like, hey, these are things that are happening. Your world's gonna destroy you. But what can you do to help? Nothing. I'm gonna watch you do it, and hopefully you do it right.
That she didn't look cool.
Yeah.
That she didn't look cool. She's the old lady in a spider
She looked like
onesie.
Aunt May in the spider suit.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So she didn't look cool.
You know what? If they would have even put that in mind, that he was like, "Hey, you look like my Aunt May. I should trust you." I would have gave it more benefit of the doubt. I liked when he yelled at her though, like, "Yo, get the fuck out of my head." But I have a love-hate for Amazing Spider-Man, the Spider-Man animated series, just because again I watched it, I loved the thing, but rewatching it, when they first put it back on Disney, I rewatched the whole series, and I was like, there was a lot of characters I just didn't like how they did and how they portrayed them. I hated Punisher. I hated Punisher in that series. I hated Blade in that series. I hated Mobius in that series. Every time Mobius,
Punisher, I can't remember.
every time Mobius showed up, I wanted to punch him in the face too. He was another character that annoyed the shit out of me, and he had like plasma hands.
Did he have his own theme music? I think he did.
Yeah, and he had plasma hands. Because they can have him bite people, so he sucked blood from his hands. He had suction cups in his hands. I hated how they did Punisher. I was not a big fan of how they did Punisher. There were some episodes that I really wanted to like, and they just wound up being boring. Like the when he teamed up with Captain America, and the original 7, and they had keys and like that, and then also Mary Jane's father had something to do with it and things like that, and he was a mystical dude after a while and shit like that. They did a lot of dumb shit in that show that I realized in the storyline. I was like, yo, this makes no fucking sense. Why is it like this? But there's things I did like about it, and there's things that I really enjoyed, but sadly, again, I will say the way that show ended, you don't need to continue it.
I mean, don't you have to? Because then it ended on a cliffhanger?
No, it ended him meeting Stan Lee.
No, didn't they never find Mary Jane? I think it's not like the long lost.
No.
Like,
he did not
that
find
show.
Mary Jane was gone after that.
Yeah, so I mean, like, just finish the show from her coming back.
Meet a new girl.
When Stacy died, didn't she die in that show?
I don't even think she was in the show.
I think they killed her. Like,
She was in it, and when they did the multiverse.
I'm not sure. Okay.
She was Parker's wife in the Iron Spider.
Okay, I got you.
So she was in the multiverse one. They never introduced Gwen Stacy like that.
Yeah, just bring her back.
I think the strongest part was the Venom saga. I think the Carnage thing was okay. I think they could have did more Carnage.
I think a lot of the strongest part of that cartoon is just the regular episodes.
Yeah.
The Venom part stands out because you were fiending for Venom for so long. He was in the intro after a while, and he wasn't in the show.
Yeah.
I think the toy came out before him.
Yeah, that's how you do it though. You tease the shit out of people, and then you
But
get
that's
it.
what I'm
You're
saying,
like, yeah.
But that was more or less of build up. But like the show itself, it was pretty
It
good.
sounds like wrestling. We
Pretty
always
good.
sound like we're talking about wrestling.
I mean, it's true.
Everything is wrestling eventually.
I
You
mean,
got the
this is
build up into the big main event, and then his entrance comes out.
If
Fucking
I've
crazy.
heard Sam Roberts tell me anything, is that everything is wrestling. So I believe.
I
it.
agree with that.
But my memory of the show is that the last season with the Space Wars, I did not care for, so I did not watch it because it wasn't Spider-Man in the City. I didn't care. Madam Web stuff, I didn't care, so I hardly remember it.
I think.
And
Yeah.
and
Sorry.
then before that, it was the Venom. It was Carnage. It was Venom. But then it was just a bunch of little episodes with him capturing bad guys and stopping little plots. There was Hammerhead and Tombstone and the Kingpin and Smythe that was the little wheelchair man that turned into that bug man or whatever with the hooks in his back, which was a weird design.
Yeah.
But like I remember, like those were okay. There was nothing better. I mean, even though it kind of freaked me out as a kid, him turning into the Man Spider.
Yeah.
I even thought that was okay.
I thought those were good. I just hated Mobius.
They made it make sense.
Yeah.
They made it make sense. And I get that Mobius was involved in that. But it was like, even those, I kind of like, they made it make sense. And it was like, oh, look he has to go through a thing. And you know what? The action figure for that was actually one of the best they ever made. For that time period, the detail on it for the Man Spider, it was like a Marvel Legend of today.
I was sad that they never made the Changeling character into cartoon.
Which character is that?
That's the Spider-Man that's a clone with 6 arms. That he has like teeth
Wasn't
and
he
shit.
too late though? Oh, he's too late though.
Yeah.
He's too late.
No, but they made a toy of him.
Yeah, but wasn't that a retro figure? Because remember, the show as
it was still going
it,
on when they made him.
Was it at the Secret Wars part?
Before that figure came out. I remember that figure being like very detailed too, and I was like, why he was never in the cartoon? Because he was part of, like, if you go in the comics, he was part of the Maximum Carnage series. He was.
Wait, you're not talking about? That's not Changeling. Unless that's like later in his origin. I don't understand. Like, isn't it talking about Demo Goblin? I mean, Demo Spider or whatever.
Yes, Demo Goblin. Yeah.
Demo Spider. The one with the eyes and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was like in one episode, wasn't he? Did he chase him like one? I think he chased him up the wall, and they had like one little tussle, and that was it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think he played a big part in the show at all. I had that figure actually.
Yeah,
it was
a cool
bigger than
figure. It was like a really cool detailed figure.
I think it was. Well, no, the first Spider-Man from that series was one of the first toys to have like almost full ball joints.
Yes.
And be the 6-inch size, because usually it was only GI Joes that had full ball joints in that. But he had that, and he didn't have the shitty waist.
He was
that GI Joes had.
He was my world champion many times.
Oh shit! He wins too.
You know what's funny is that I even had the large figure, the 12-inch figure that was like fully bendable, but you couldn't. He was like kind of cheap bendable though.
Yeah. The plastic was.
The first one of the bendable ones was in the Marvel superhero figures too, though, with Spider-Man.
Oh, the smaller one, right?
And then they made it for the animated series. I was happy. That was like my favorite figure. I actually ended up buying that 3 times because I broke the first one.
Cause I remember that the one for the animated series it was bigger than the old one.
Yeah, it was slightly bigger.
Yeah, but I know what you mean. My cousin had the original Marvel superheroes with the ball.
But he wasn't like until that one came out. There was no good for Spider-Man figure. The first Spider-Man figure had like the web, the suction cup on his hand, and the web, and then the other one was had a parachute or some shit. Yeah,
the parachute one. Those were the alternates to that figure though.
And then that one came out in series 2. The
and then after
one.
After that one is when they started making the other pieces of his life. Like they had the quick chain Spider-Man. They had because Peter Parker was in series 1. But they had the quick chain Spider-Man in series 2. They had a bunch of Spider-Man's like a Batman. Where I don't think they do this with him anymore. But remember, like Spider-Man and Batman used to have like a suit for every occasion.
They do. They still do that with Spider-Man.
They still do that with
Yeah,
Spider-Man.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, but I just remember like the figures more than anything. There was like, why are there 7 Spider-Men in this set?
He,
It's like 3 bad guys.
I had a big collection of those animated series figures. There's a big
They were good
chance
quality.
I
They were good
collected
quality.
the first like 4 series like complete, and then
Nah, I
I
couldn't.
picked and choose after that.
The bad guys, some of them sucked. I didn't like a lot of the bad guys.
I got Craven, like I had Craven.
Like I got. Sorry, go ahead.
I had Craven the Hunter. I had Doctor Octopus. Doctor Octopus was actually really dope.
I had Craven begrudgingly, but he was like a KB. He's
For
like
some reason, he
like
stunk.
$2.99. Yeah, he probably smelled like cheap plastic.
Yeah, he stunk. Like he was funky.
But like, he wasn't. He looked. I will give him this much credit is that they were accurate to the cartoon.
Yeah. One thing I used to like is the little clip they had.
I don't remember that.
All the figures came with a little clip, like a little.
Oh, you mean like the Spider-Man thing?
Yeah, it came with a little clip. I still have all of them. I have them all in the bag. And it came with every figure came with that. I have a bunch of those. But I had the first Carnage, I had Venom, I had the changeable head Venom, and then they made one that you could switch his heads, and then they had the first Venom that you squeeze his legs and his mouth opened.
Yeah, that's the one that I think most people had. I know I had that one. But like I said, I think that was them being like, oh, we can make some money, right? He's not doing the show yet.
Yeah.
So what? Put it out. It was just like, there's this Venom figure and he's not in the show yet.
I will say one of my favorite figures through the Spider-Man animated series figures was Captain America.
Yeah, he was good. He came with a crappy shield though.
Yeah, he did come with a crappy shield,
He
but he
came
was
with like
really
a shield.
dope.
Mine broke like the first day I got it. It was pure ass.
I think
'Cause
I
it was
still
some
have
type
a
of-
ton of them.
It was like some type of lighting thing because it was a part of a wave. I remember there was an electro and that. There was a few.
Yeah, there was some good stuff. The X-Men 97 ones, I'm actually thinking about collecting.
They're unreasonably expensive though.
I saw.
If you look at the other ones, they're 24. Though some of those are like 32, I think.
But I saw on Hasbro Pulse just restocked, so they may have Series 1 stuff still.
Oh, if they still have, okay. If you get it from the official people, okay.
Yeah, like I was looking at
That's
them,
good.
I'm like, damn, I actually would like to see. I would like to build it. Like I actually have the X-Men team in my glass. I was always a big X-Men fan. Always liked the X-Men books. I think I liked X-Men over Avengers for a long time.
There was a recent, I don't know who it was. It was just a random tweet that at the bottom of the Cyclops tweet that I sent you.
Yeah.
You know how they have like just this might be for you, and it was somebody put together the picture. Well, they put the figures together in the order and as good as they could, the poses from the Jim Lee covers.
Nice.
And so you can see that pretty much they have all of them. I'm like, okay, that's cool.
Nice.
So if you want to complete your Jim Lee X-Men team, I think everybody's there except Colossus for 97. Because I don't think there's a Colossus 97.
Yeah. No, he's not in the series. I hope he comes in later because I actually would like to see him.
He was in the show, so I hope he comes back.
But he was a small. He wasn't in a lot.
He was
of
like
episodes.
two. No, he was like 3 episodes. I think one was the Juggernaut episode, which I think was one of the best episodes with him in it.
Yeah, all these X-Men figures are high, are up in price.
And then there was the one later on where they mentioned his sister and stuff.
Yeah.
I think that was also Omega Red.
Yeah,
in those
Omega
episodes.
Red. It was the 2-part series. It was the first one you get introduced to Juggernaut, Colossus, and then he was looking for his sister and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they all went up in price. I'm trying to get Cyclops, and I can't get Cyclops. He's too expensive. I could get Magneto though.
The first series Magneto?
The second one, the one that you got.
Okay. Well, yeah, they can't charge that much because those just came out. Those aren't even out yet.
Yeah.
The pre-order the email says it comes out in April.
Oh, cool.
So I see people have them in hand.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because stores
those are
probably
like-
got it early.
Yeah.
But they don't have Cyclops. Cyclops is too expensive. That's the one I'll start off. I'll start with Cyclops.
No, but there's a new Cyclops.
Yeah.
There's a season 2 Cyclops. The first one, I'm sure, costs more, but the second one should be the same price as Magneto.
Yeah.
From Amazon, if anything.
Yeah, I'm looking. Amazon don't even have it on here.
You could probably only pre-order it then.
Wolverine is way too over my price budget.
Yeah, he's season 1.
And then Cyclops right now is over my price budget.
No Psylocke yet, right?
No Psylocke yet.
That's another one.
Nightcrawler.
Is a must buy. Yeah, Nightcrawler, but he's season 2.
Yeah, I might. If I'm going to see Tommy next week, and we probably hit a couple of spots. So if I actually find some of these X-Men, I'll probably grab some.
Mm-hmm.
I see Nightcrawler. He's on sale actually. But yeah.
He's probably not popular because he was in like 1 episode.
Yeah. But I heard he's going to be more in this series in 97.
I wonder if they're going to expand on Mystique.
And Sunspot, I think, is also in this show.
He was in like he was a background character in 1 episode.
I think because they trying to add some new mutants, like new students and stuff like that. So I think he's one, and I think they may have.
They had an episode. If I remember, they had an episode where they had some of them in it too.
Yeah, I remember. They had them. They had the X Factor too, when Bobby Drake was an asshole.
Yeah, and the X Factor didn't want to talk. They just wanted to fight for some reason.
I did not like.
So you never.
Bobby Drake.
So you never got to get any resolution. Scott Steiner.
Uh-oh.
But you never got to get any resolution between Cyclops and his brother.
No, because they just fought. They didn't even talk to each other.
They didn't even talk. They just fought each other. Like what? What is this?
They were busy. He was busy with his booty with the green hair chick.
Like you guys.
Him and Bobby were fighting for.
At least say hello.
He didn't even know he existed. He was like, "Who's that guy? Why he has the same powers as me? He ugly."
Yeah. Why don't my powers work on him? Huh?
But the thing is, in the show, they didn't even hit each other. They fucking missed.
No, well, they shot each other, and they were like, huh? And then they started swinging.
Oh yeah, they did.
It was like, okay, that doesn't work. Well, now I'm gonna punch you in the face.
Yeah. But I'm actually enjoying the X-Men cartoon. I like where it's at, and I'll probably finish it before the new one starts. Yeah, the X Factor one, I hated the way they did fucking X-Men.
You know what I would actually like them to do is they've never made a cartoon for X Factor. And I don't mean the yellow and blue team. I mean the original X-Men.
Yeah.
Like somebody needs to do like a real, like,
who knows?
Put in the budget and put in the work and make that, because I want to see Angel get fucked up. Like I want them to, because nobody's ever animated that. Nobody's ever animated what happened, what the Marauders did.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be like for a long time, that was spoken about as like the most horrific thing in X-Men.
Yeah.
Was when Sabretooth and like his team went down there and killed all those Morlocks. Like, and it's never been animated. So I would love somebody to do that.
Yeah. I want to shout out this podcast because it's not really a podcast. It's like a digital drama. So I've been listening to this like throughout, like I think last year I discovered it, and then I've been going through it little by little. It kind of retells the story of the original X-Men comics, but they do it in more of a nowadays kind of mentality, so like more current setting, but it's the original comics. And they just retell it. They have actors like to act the characters and things like that, and it's like reading you the comic book while doing it. So the thing is called X-Men, the audio drama. It's on Spotify. It's free to listen to. They have like a lot of X-Men different storylines all the way up to the last one. Right now I'm up to the trial of Magneto, which is the setting of the first, I think, episode of 97. But then it goes into the duel, which is with Scott Summers and wedding and stuff like that. So that's the next storyline after that. But they haven't got a new episode after that. But they have like They have the Days of Future Past. They have the original first comic. They have the first storylines. They have the Unstoppable Juggernaut, the first appearance of Juggernaut. They have the Brotherhood's original storyline. They have the Sentinels beginning. They have the beginning of New Mutants. They have the the life and death of X-Men, things like that. They have the second Genesis, which is a big storyline. That's the bringing of Wolverine, Nightcrawler, and they have the Phoenix Saga. They have the Murder World with Arcade. They have a lot of different like storylines that, again, if you never read them, this is a good way to do it without having to read 1,000 and something comics. And it gives you a good reenactment of the storylines and stuff like that. You kind of know exactly what's happening, things like that. And they do a good job in just actually telling the story and whatnot. They have like God, Love, Men Kills, and that's actually one of my favorite storylines. They have a lot of those big storylines that if you never read it, this is an easy way to listen to it. So X-Men audio drama, that's on Spotify. Check them out. They have an Avenger one too, but I'm not a big fan. Like any early Avenger, I was never a big fan of the early Avengers. I liked it. I got into Avengers around when Jeff Johns started writing it, so that's like early 2000s. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And at the risk of rehashing, I'll make sure to check this out. I just want somebody to spend the money and animate these storylines.
Yeah.
That are major storylines. So that's cool. Check that out on Spotify.
Yeah.
As far as things going on, we got Ed coming out in Street Fighter. We also have the Capcom Cup has ended for this year. The big $2 million prize pool. Whoever won actually got $1 million. They actually did. They won with the jury, who was not one of the best characters, who was not the best, but let's be honest, she was really good, so it didn't even matter. Shout outs to I forgot the guy's name. I think his name is I don't know his person's real name, but I think they go by UKO, so I think it's Uko, a Japanese player. And I think they said that he was one of the people that from back in the day was one of those arcade dudes, so it was kind of cool that the community like knew who it was, and
Nice.
it was like, okay, cool. He finally got his time to shine. He's shining at $1 million. That's a lot of money.
Yep. $1 million.
You don't have to worry about getting it because Capcom is doing good. So you'll be messed up year 2 months later. You still wait, yo, where my money?
Yeah, I owe you.
Like, we out. Like, damn.
You're gonna wait till Kuma comes out and then we'll give you the money.
Yeah, probably. But seeing as how Street Fighter is so gangbusters and they've been doing good since like Monster Hunter World, it's okay. You gonna get your money, sir.
Yeah.
So now like that's like the last big thing, like Capcom live events wise, because again that's one of the things they do for that is they put on a huge production for it. Shout outs to the people who were at it. And then they're gonna do. It's gonna be here, so I don't know if you want to like check it out because I don't know where the venue is.
Yeah.
But they're gonna do the Red Bull Kumite for Street Fighter.
Oh, nice.
In Manhattan.
Oh, cool.
And so they're doing a little. Red Bull kind of was doing a little tongue-in-cheek thing. I don't think they did the community, the actual fighting game community justice with it because they kind of put Chinatown as like the mecca for modern fighting games.
Yeah.
Which is like, no, that's not really true. It's basically like East Coast, West Coast.
Yeah.
And then there's Midwest, like here, there, and in not as big, but they kind of don't really shout out that the fact that most of the people who played on the East Coast ended up going to the West Coast, and then kind of vice versa for certain big events. So they might need to do a little more homework on that. But anyway, I know they were trying to do. They were trying to big up Chinatown Fair.
Yeah.
Because you see it all over the advertisement. So they're gonna. I guess the small takeaway is Red Bull's gonna do at least some type of little story on Chinatown, and that I think, even in the grand scheme of things, is like fine. I'll take that.
Bring back
because I know that. True.
Bring back the tic-tac-toe chicken.
Bring back the dollar dumplings, the little what was those little like things like the mini pancakes?
Yeah,
Bro,
yeah.
why
They
are
still
they
there.
so good?
They
Oh,
still
they
there.
do.
Yeah. Go by like near
Yeah, but how
Canal
much they
Street.
charge? But how much they
$1.50.
charge? That's not. Oh, what?
Yeah.
Okay, wait a second.
Dumplings are still cheap there too. If you go near where Mott Street's at, you go.
Yeah.
It's still like $1.50 for like 6.
Okay. Alright.
I go there like when I get jury duty. That's my spot.
Okay. That makes sense.
I eat there every day. It's $6. I get a soup and the dumplings.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But at least somebody like big is gonna shine a spotlight on Chinatown Fair, so that's fine. I'll take that.
I wish the old team was still behind it and not what it is now. Because now they try to make it like a Dave and Buster's a bit. Like there's barely there's fighting arcades, but not as much as it used to be.
I just wish that somebody had the money to take it over from them, because I get why they sold it.
Yeah,
They were
I
getting
get
old.
it.
The
Yeah,
owners were getting old. Like, you get your money and get the hell out of there.
getting old,
But,
the
like,
arcade scene wasn't as prominent, and they
Yeah,
wasn't
exactly.
guaranteeing money.
So I understand it, but I just wish somebody who was in the scene that had that cash
Yeah,
could do it. Because again, they ended up, a lot of people did band together, and that's why we have Next Level in New York.
yeah,
Like, that is the replacement. Like, it's not as varied with the types of games,
Yeah.
but if you want to play fighting games, go to Next Level.
yeah,
Like, if you want to play for competition, that's where you go.
Yeah.
But number one, it's in Queens, so it's not the same place. It is sort of a similar vibe though. It is like a neighborhood spot though, which
Yeah.
I will give them that much credit for it. It's like a neighborhood spot, but it's just like it doesn't have the name value of
Yeah.
Chinatown. Yeah,
I get
like people who don't really play fighting games but play fighting games,
you. Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, they've at least heard about Chinatown Fair. They're like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, that's New York. Yeah. So like, I get that, but it's just, I wish somebody had the money back then.
yeah, I
What?
same here.
But I mean, at least it's still gonna live on, and it's still around. So it's
Yeah,
like,
it's still around, still open.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot
Yeah.
of ticket. There's like more ticket games and things like that, but they still have a little fighting game corner.
mhm. So there's that went down. There was John Cena news,
John Cena.
right? The trailer for his character
Yeah.
in Mortal Kombat 1, Peacemaker.
And he's making an OnlyFans for his next movie.
His next movie, which I think is pretty funny.
But yeah, he's
Um,
fully in voice in Peacemaker in Mortal Kombat 1.
That's how you do it.
Yeah.
That's how you got to do it. And I think that's probably the biggest DC thing that's out now for me, because Suicide Squad, oh boy.
Shat the bed.
Oh boy. But like, I'm trying to remember, there's another character that came out with him, because the way they do it is
Casey Cage.
Case. Okay, so they have, to your knowledge, they have not let out story stuff for that character, right?
No.
Because I don't know who she is.
She's the daughter of Casey Jones, Johnny Cage and Sonya Cage. So she was in 11. She was in 10. She
That's not the
debuted
same
in 10.
girl.
Yeah,
That's not Cassie.
Cassie. Yeah, Cassie Cage.
No, that's not her.
That's not her.
The name is not her, right? I thought the name was a different name. I'll send it to you. Because Ed Boon like put up today
Yeah.
something about her being because she's a mime,
Oh, okay.
and so she can mime out things. Let's see. No, her name is Janet Cage. It's a different
Janet Cage?
character.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a different character.
All right.
So I don't even know who she is.
So she's probably like a alternate universe.
The thing is, I think she might be Johnny Cage's female stunt double, and that would be hilarious.
I could see that.
Because if you look at her, she's Johnny Cage from like Mortal Kombat 2.
Yeah. Okay. I see. I didn't even look at her, to be honest with you. I just saw her. So okay, Janet Cage explained.
I was like, who's that? But I think she might be his female stunt double, and if that's it, that's even better.
She's an alternate version of Johnny Cage.
Oh, okay, okay,
So she's Johnny Cage, but from a different world.
okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So there you go. You got her, and then she does mime stuff, which is actually pretty funny.
Which is homage for last MK.
Mm-hmm.
He had like a whole mime suit and a fatality with it.
Yes. So,
But I'm excited to see Peacemaker. I'll definitely probably turn the game on just to just try it out. Like I just downloaded Ed for Street Fighter 6. I haven't tried him yet, but I'm looking forward to play with him a little bit.
yeah. Yes, sir. And then what else we got? Got John Cena. Oh no, it's this week. And then so tomorrow, is it the 28th?
What?
Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy's
Or is it today?
Wednesday?
Like later? It's Wednesday.
No, Friday.
Yeah, 28th. 28th.
Yeah.
It's Friday. It's not
Yeah,
March.
it's 28th. No, it's 28th. Wednesday. Yeah. It's
It
tomorrow.
comes out in February. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm playing Remake again, so that's what I've been going through.
Do you know how far you are? 'Cause I know you beat it once, right?
Yeah, I'm like at
It's just
chapter
been a long
10.
time.
So I'm
so
almost
you,
there.
yeah, you can probably finish it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going little by little. I might play Crisis Core before I go into the next one.
Did you get it, or are you thinking about picking it up?
It's on the PlayStation Network, the PSN.
Also, it's because they're doing that probably for the game.
Yeah,
That
so I'll probably play that and try to. I'm trying to plan them out. Remake, but some of the platinum things are annoying, and I'm kind of just like.
Mm-hmm.
Like to get all 9 suits for that board, all the dresses and shit like that, you gotta like just replay it 9 times, but you have to make sure you answer the right questions in order to get to certain suits. And I'm like,
And don't you have to play the games, the mini games for some of those?
yeah,
Because like some of them they get hard to finish them.
yeah,
And I just left them alone. Some of them there's materia locked behind that, and I think also you have to collect all the materia.
yeah. So
And
I'm just like, so there's parts. There's a chance I'm not gonna plan it, but I'm gonna try just with this playthrough because I'm on hard mode too. But if I don't, I'm not gonna stress it. Maybe go back to it eventually, but I'm not gonna stress it. But because I also want to go back to 16. I haven't gotten back to 16 when they did the DLC, so I actually plan to go back on that game too.
Mm-hmm.
Because they did
True
DLC recently. So I'll wait for the last DLC to come out, and then that's where I'll go back to 16.
Yes.
But
Gotcha.
yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It looks pretty.
And then
Tifa
just one little small note
has a lot of
I wanted to
notes.
bring up. I mean, that's cool. At least you know they're gonna put some work in and give
Yeah.
them costumes and stuff. The other little thing, just thinking about it, is like, oh yeah, I forget. Wolverine and Deadpool is this year.
Yeah,
Just to
July.
bring it up. Just to bring it
Yeah.
up. It's getting closer.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
And then
Okay.
we got casting for Fantastic Four too, so that's next year. Next year summer with Superman Legacy. They both coming out the same month.
Did they show the people, or are they only
yeah.
talking about?
So Pedro Pascal is playing Reed Richards. Which
Why? I thought they had the other guy.
Nah, they got
The guy that looked like Mr. Fantastic.
yeah. So they got
Was it
Pedro
Chuck?
Pascal. They got name. So this is an actor from The Boy, from the show The Bear. He's playing Thing, and I'm actually really excited for that.
So are they gonna CG him, or
I think they're gonna CG him, but he's gonna have like a whole like real like a really in-depth storyline and stuff like that. And I think the dude has range to really play that character.
mm-hmm.
And then I'm excited for that. And then you have let me get. I don't know this actor because I haven't watched. I didn't watch Stranger Things. The later seasons of Stranger Things where he came in, so I'm not sure like how he is and whatnot. So
Okay.
I got the list right here. So you got Vanessa Kirby, she's playing Sue Storm. Joseph Quinn.
Where's she from? Where's she from?
Vanessa Kirby, she's in the last Mission Impossible. Those were actually really good too. I actually
Yeah, I
liked
didn't
it.
know.
The
I didn't
later
see it in
ones.
the last one though.
Yeah,
I didn't see that.
I still gotta watch that one too. I heard it was actually really good. But I watched the last one with Henry Cavill, and that was actually really good.
Yes, yes.
So yeah, Vanessa Kirby, Susan Storm, Evan Moss Barach as Thing, that's the actor I'm telling you. He's from the show The Bear, and I feel like he could give range to Thing, like him being from the streets and things like that, and him having like a rough growing up and things like that. I feel like they're gonna capture that with him. I like Pedro Pascal as an actor, so I think he's gonna be a great Reed Richards. I think he's gonna be kind of like the forefront for the next wave of things, as in like what Tony Stark was. So you see where that goes, but that's the cast they had. They teased it on Valentine's Day. They actually posted cartoon versions of them, and it looked like it was in the '60s too. So I'm hearing that it might be take place in the beginning in the '60s and then go travel in time because of quantum realm and shit. So we got that, and then Superman Legacy is supposed to come out the same year, which James Gunn is doing.
Do you know like what is that supposed to be, or like renewed?
It's gonna be a new story of Superman. It's gonna be a separate universe to what they're gonna. It's going to be a new DC universe, the movie universe, and that they're building right now. So, I have hopes though, because I do like James Gunn, and usually his movies I have been fond of. Like again, we reviewed, I think 2 of his movies, Super and Guardians of the Galaxy, and we were very high on those. So I'm excited to see what he does with Superman.
Gotcha. Okay.
But yeah.
That's good.
Deadpool and Wolverine is the only Marvel movie this year. Marvel Disney movie, because we did get Madam Web, and no one wants to talk about that.
I just want to know somebody who saw it. Like, I want them to tell me what happened. Like, why was it bad? Because I'm not gonna watch it.
Kind of funny.
Until we have to.
So Kind of Funny Games. They have a movie cast, and they have.
You know that's coming, right?
Movie. Yeah,
you know that's coming, right? Eventually.
Eventually. Mobius too.
Oh yeah. Also, happy Pokemon Day. Apparently, it's the 28th anniversary. That's a weird one. 28 years? All right, bro. Y'all reaching.
Yeah.
But anyway, happy Pokemon Day.
Yeah. They announced the sequel to that, the Legacy one.
I don't know what that is. Which one is that?
The one that is supposed to be like a prequel before everything happened, and so that's the one that the Pokemon fight you.
The player?
Yeah, the Pokemon will actually fight you.
Oh. Okay. All right.
Pokemon Legends.
I'll take that.
Pokemon Legends Z. That's what's gonna. It's gonna be a sequel to that.
Okay. All right.
So they announced that today. The Pokemon will fight you. They'll see you.
Do they
get
show
angry,
Ash with a stick?
and they will come and at you and want to fight you.
They show Ash's father beating him off with a stick?
Yeah. So there's memes of the fucking bear, like a bear Pokemon like throwing hands. Man, he sees you and shit.
I mean, isn't it just Power World now? See, Power World, what they thought it was copying. Turns out Pokemon's copying Power World.
Well, Legends did that the first game. This is the sequel to it.
Well, with a Pokemon Fortune?
Yeah.
In the streets?
Yeah. No, not in the streets, but in the jungle. There was no streets at the time.
Oh, okay. All right.
Let's see.
Was it good? That's what I'm trying to say.
I heard it was really good. I never played it. I've been burnt out with Pokemon for a long time, so I haven't.
Like again, the only reason I don't care about Pokemon is because I feel that it has not progressed enough for me to get back into it. Like, I don't mind the designs, but I don't feel like the games has innovated enough. And then the designs aren't of the non-Pokemon characters. They're not towards me. It's still kind of in game. It's still like a kid's game. Yeah. As in, like, it's geared, the anime, like the little chibi characters and stuff, is geared towards children. Yeah. Or early teens. So it's like they made anybody look cool. Like, come on, man. I want badass Lieutenant Surge looking motherfuckers standing around. You know what I'm saying? Like the Elite Four and the 8 Gym Masters from the first game were actually all pretty cool. Yeah. I mean, Misty is garbage, but that's because we learned that she's garbage. Not just because I said that. She was a bad person.
She was.
She was in the cartoon. She
abused
was.
Ash.
Like we let that go now, but it is amazing how much Ash had to endure for just being an unknowing like preteen. Well, not preteen, like early teen. I guess.
Yeah.
I guess 13, maybe 14, and she just treated him like yeah.
Yep.
Oh man. So what I'm saying is, when they be making Pokemon?
No.
All right.
Maybe
Well,
maybe the next system that they announced for March 2025.
all right. Well, you call me back.
Switch 2.
Hopefully, I'll be interested in that.
Yeah. Yeah. You want to get into this movie?
Why have people got to be like this? I'm so. There's a picture of a blind man in a new car. I'm just like, I hate you. It says, and I know it's a positive message. It's a positive message about not. It literally is a picture of a blind man in a brand new car. It says, "Never let your disability crush your dreams." And it's just like, oh god,
Your disability's gonna crush you.
it's gonna crush somebody else. Why are people like this? I hate. Yeah, we can get into this movie. This movie is Hercules, 2014, PG-13, an hour and 38 minutes. Wait a second.
July.
Is that who I think it is?
Bruce Ratner directed it.
Brett Ratner?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Mr. Rush Hour. That was the only good movie.
No. Wait.
Yeah, it's Brett Ratner.
But is that that weirdo?
Mm-hmm.
That is him, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he's not. We're not gonna talk about this.
Yeah.
This scumbag. And what else we got? Written by Ryan J. Condal and Evan Spiliotopoulos. All right. Based on the comics, on Radical Comics Hercules. So this one has a story. Okay. Not just the story of history, which is, as far as I know, what do they call that? Public domain. So
Yeah.
this is a specific tale of Hercules. Let me see the release date. I see the premiere was July 23rd. What was the actual? July 25th, 2014. Okay. Did you see this in the theater?
Nope.
Okay. Was this your first time seeing the movie?
Second time. I did see it when it came on DVD.
Okay. This was my first time seeing it. So let's go through the cast. We have Dwayne Johnson. Cody Smacker, Dwayne Johnson.
Yes.
As Hercules. We have Ian McShane as Amphiaraus. John Hurt as Lord Cottis. Rufus Sewell as Autolycus. Excuse me. I think that's the guy from the show. Like the little guy. No, that's the wrong guy. That's the wrong team. Askell Henny as Hydeus. Ingrid Balso Burdall as Atalanta. Reese Ritchie as Aeolus. Aeolus is the guy. So that character I remember from the Channel 11 Hercules.
Yeah, Aeolus was like a
Using
sidekick
Aeolus.
and shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Joseph Fiennes as King Eurystheus. Yeah, Eurystheus.
Yeah.
Eurystheus. Excuse me. Tobias Santelman as Eurystheus. Peter Mullen as Sidicles. Rebecca Ferguson, as Virginia. Isaac Andrews as Arius. Joe Anderson as Phineas. Stephen Peacock with an E at the end as Stephanos. Nicholas Moss as Demetrius. I think that's about it. No. We only got Business Girl. Arena Sheik as Megara, because there you go. You gotta have Meg.
Yeah.
Was she supposed to be his wife or just his love interest?
That was his wife in the beginning of the movie, I think.
Yeah, like that was the wife that he supposedly killed or whatever.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay. Um, she didn't really do much. She just died,
Yeah.
and then she was like a ghost lady in dreams. She was a flashback lady,
Yeah.
actually. So what's the story on this one? Having endured his legendary 12 labors, Hercules, the Greek demigod, has his life as a sword for hire tested when the king of Thrace and his daughter seek his aid in defeating a tyrannical warlord. So the story is, they believe the legends of Hercules, but in reality, it's anything but that. It's actually him and of like mercenaries, I guess.
Yeah.
They're mercenaries. They're mercenaries, and basically they're the ones that take on all the challenges, not actually Hercules.
Yeah.
But they do give you the little thread, the breadcrumbs here and there, that there's more to the story.
Yeah.
There's more that he may not be telling them. Like he has those flashbacks and nightmares of the wife. Like the party, they have their story for what happens, but I think also they weren't all there when it happened.
Yeah.
But then it's just majority of the movie is The Rock being a charlatan.
Yep.
So, like I said, the premise is pretty good. It's just, I think you hit the nail on the head. It slows down in action and becomes a lot more talky.
Yeah.
Which I'm of two minds. I get it, but it's just not good enough in that department to make me care all the way through. And then obviously the lack of the action is like, well, damn, you took away the one thing that was actually pretty good.
Yeah. I agree. Like it was like the one big thing of the action things that you could have done, especially with the story with Hercules. You could have done a lot more with that. And then I'm also very biased of Disney's Hercules, so if he's telling a Hercules story, I'm very biased with that story. So when it comes into that, like it was just not like, it wasn't interesting enough for me to keep my interest in, and like it was getting hard to like keep my interest in this movie. I wish we got some like more demigod shit, and like fucking him going like to lanes and shit like that, and him fighting these big ass beasts, and not it being like only 2 minutes long or like less than a minute long kind of thing.
Yeah, I can see that. That's true.
But it was okay. It wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It wasn't like, oh, this is terrible.
Yeah.
Like, I can see why there's not a part 2. You know what I mean?
Thank God.
Good for one and done.
There probably
I
is,
like
and
the
it was
TV
like
show
straight
better.
to
I'm
DVD.
just saying.
There's a big
I like
chance
Hercules
that,
TV show
yeah,
better than this. Just saying.
there's a big chance there is a sequel, and it was just like a straight to DVD thing.
But it's not The Rock, so it doesn't count.
No, it doesn't. It's probably like John Morrison playing him or some shit.
Isn't it like the Scorpion King? Didn't they
Yeah.
like? Isn't he not in the movie in the sequels or something like that?
He did 1 and 2, I think.
1 and 2, and
And
aren't there
then-
more than 2?
And then a Scorpion King 3 and 4. I think John Morrison was in 4, and then
Oh Lord!
Yeah.
Wait, was he the main character?
yeah. And I think
I have to watch this.
and I think that fucking UFC fighter turned actor, he was in 3. He was in
No,
Expendables,
no.
I think, too.
I don't. Wait, Randy Couture
Randy Couture, yeah, I think he's in the third one
as like the bad guy,
as the main,
or is that the
as the main character.
as the? Wow, that's interesting. I need to see Scorpion King 4 with John Morrison. Excuse me?
Let me see.
That sounds too good to be true.
All right, give
I
me
can't
a
believe
second.
it's
I'll
talked
get the
about-
sequels. So I might be wrong, because I don't even think there is one Scorpion King, and I'm getting Mummy 2 and then Scorpion King
So
confused.
you're getting money stuff mixed up. I
So
got
Randy
you.
Couture was the star of part 2, and then John Morrison was in part 3, I think.
Of what? Scorpion King?
Yeah.
What? It's still crazy that there's that many.
Oh, Dave Bautista's in 3.
I can't.
And Billy Zane.
I can't.
I know he's in one
What?
of these damn things. There he goes. 4.
So he came back? Because remember, I think, wasn't Billy Zane in the first one? The first Mummy?
No, it was another actor.
No. Like, wasn't he a side character?
There's a chance he was. I don't remember.
Anyway, okay. That's
I thought
interesting.
John Morrison was in one, so I got confused. I swear he was in one.
Well, I mean, Batista's just as good. That's
Yeah, Dave Bautista's
early
in.
Batista.
Yeah.
Early Batista. Okay.
Yeah, Running Couture is in this one,
Wow, that's weird.
and then Lou Ferrigno,
Excuse me.
Roy Big Country Nelson, and Rory Gracie is in Scorpion King 4.
I can't. We can't. This can't be real. Who paid for those? Did The Rock pay for those?
No, Rock was
That's
far from
ridiculous.
this movie after.
No. But I'm saying, was he paying to have them made? Because like it's associated with his name, the Scorpion King. Like,
Nah, I don't think so.
what is going on?
Wait, let me check. I swore he was in one.
Well, he has to be in the first two, because the first one isn't his movie, right? The first one is like he's in The Mummy,
Yeah.
and then the Scorpion King is the one with the full on The Rock in the movie. Because remember, when the first time we see him, he's only half a man with the scorpion arms and stuff.
Yeah. I'm trying to see movies. Filmography. There you go.
I doubt he's in part 2 though. He can't be in part 2.
You know what? I was probably wrong with it. Sinbad and the War of the Furries. That was the one that he was in.
Excuse me?
And Hercules Reborn. He was Hercules.
John Morris
Yeah. He was the
in
stunt
Hercules
double.
Reborn.
Yeah.
Oh, the stunt double. Okay, all right. That's less impressive.
Yeah.
It's more on a technical
So
level.
I got
Good for
him
you
confused with something else.
getting that job, but I thought there was a John Morrison Hercules movie, and he was the main character. I mean, Scorpion King movie, and he's the main character. I was about to say, yo, what?
Yeah, I thought so too. I don't know why I got confused, but you got Batista in part 3. There you go.
Did they say that he's the Scorpion King? Is that what?
Batista?
Yeah.
He's
'cause
not
that
the
would make
Scorpion King.
sense.
He's
Oh,
like
okay.
a side character. Ron
Gotcha.
Perlman's in it too, and Billy Zane.
What? Ron Perlman. Dude, I gotta watch. It just sounds like you took names from everything we watched and put them together.
Right? But I'm like, it sounds like I'm bullshitting too, but like I'm actually seeing the fucking covers, and it's like they're terrible.
That's so weird.
They're terrible.
Yeah, I can see it on here, because it's on IMDb. But
Yeah.
that's so weird. All right. We might have to watch those. We might have to. Yeah.
Yeah.
That sucks.
All right.
There's literally 4. No, my God, there's more than that. There's gonna be no. There's 5, dude.
Yeah.
There's 5. There's Scorpion King 4, Quest for Power, and I'm looking at Scorpion King Book of Souls for 2018. What?
Yeah.
It's starring Zach Gowen and Nathan. We gotta go. We gotta go. You said I'm not joking.
Is
Zach
he
Gowen is
one-legged?
this. Wait a second, dude. Zach Gowen is starring in this movie. I can't.
Is it the wrestling Zach Gowen?
Hold on. I gotta let it. Please, it can't be bullshit. No, it's not coming up instantly. It has to be bullshit. See if you can find it. Cause it can't be. No. It's a different person.
Okay.
It's a different guy. That's hilarious. But it's a different guy. Yeah. It's a different guy. Wow. Oh, it's Mick Gowen. My bad.
Okay.
I forgot the Mick. Man, people who don't understand wrestling will not understand my excitement. Why a one-legged man playing in this movie?
That's
is
why I was
like
just curious. Yo, is he one-legged or not?
But it's got Nathan Jones in it. What
Nah,
the hell? The big giant dude from Anbach.
Yeah. And he was a wrestler. He was a WWE wrestler too.
I know, but he was not good.
Taker fucking hated him.
And he was wasn't he Marduk?
Yeah.
In Tekken?
Yeah.
So he had some good roles.
There you go.
I still say him getting beat up in the Protector was good.
Yeah. So, all right. What do you give Hercules?
2.75.
275. So your 275s consist of Fantastic Four or 5, Bulletproof Monk, and Green Lantern, Lone Ranger. Those are your 275s.
You could put it above Green Lantern.
Okay. Hercules. Now I'm just gonna debate if I like this movie more than others. So I will put this right under. You know what? I'll put it right under Fantastic Four: Rise of the Sorcerer.
It's interesting to see a picture of Nathan Jones standing next to Charlize Theron, and he's 6'11", and she's like right up there with him.
She's like
what?
6'2".
She's tall as hell. I mean,
tall.
she must be wearing heels in the picture.
Yeah.
But if he's 6'11", bruh.
Charlize Theron is a tall girl.
Yeah.
Charlize.
What movie were they in together?
Mad Max.
Oh, he's in Mad Max?
Yeah, he's one of the.
Makes sense. All right.
Yeah.
All right. I look at him and I know what he looks like. Yeah, it makes sense. I see the picture. Yeah. Looks badass.
Let's see. Charlize Theron. Let's see how tall she is. Oh, she's 5'10".
That's interesting. She
looks taller than
standing on.
5'10".
She must be standing on something. That's all I'm saying.
Let's see if they bullshit her.
Because they have a picture of him with his family, and his wife is like to his shoulder. And I'm like, yeah, it looks like what anybody would be to his shoulder, at least.
Yep. All right, our next movie of our comic book theater is Avengers: Age of Ultron.
I think this was where I tapped out.
Yeah.
I tapped out before Endgame.
Yeah. So Age of Ultron, this kicks off 2015 movies. We got Kingsman after that, Ant-Man, Fantastic
No, I
Four.
saw Ant-Man.
Yeah.
So I didn't tap out after that.
Yeah.
Saw Ant-Man.
And Fantastic Four, the other
Oh,
movie.
I definitely did not see that.
Yeah.
Whoa, no way I saw that.
So that's our movies of 2015. 2016 has a bunch. We'll be going into Deadpool, Batman vs Superman, Captain America Civil War, X-Men.
How many times we
Apocalypse.
gotta watch Batman vs Superman?
That could be a fast guys and probably
Whoa.
just say our thoughts before it. Turtles Out of the Shadows. That's the sequel to Michael Bay's movie. Suicide Squad, Split, Doctor Strange. 2017, I'll give you a little preview and then we'll start from there. 2017 is Power Rangers, Logan, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Wonder Woman, Spider-Man Homecoming, Valkyrie, Kingsman, the Kingsman, that's the sequel, Atomic Blonde, Thor Ragnarok, Justice League.
I always wanted to see Atomic Blonde.
I
didn't know that was
alright.
I didn't know that was based on anything. Okay.
Yeah, it was kind of like a Sin City-ish kind of comic.
Gotcha. Didn't know that.
Yeah, so 2017 looks like it's going to be up and down too.
Yeah, that's true. Batista wants to play a Marvel or DC villain. He already played. Oh no. He was never a bad guy. That's right.
He's been hinting Bane a lot.
He should have been Bane.
He's been hinting Bane a lot. I can actually see him being a new version of Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
Everyone that I said
Bane
that
makes
to,
the most sense though, because he kind of is Bane.
Yeah.
He's not a luchador, but like he's we know he's a former wrestler and he's an intelligent guy. He could be big.
Like everyone's like, oh, but he's too big. I'm like, yo, I think he could be. I was like, you doubt like Batista. Like he looked like we seen him in suits and shit like that when he was in WWE. Like he could pull off Lex Luthor if he wanted to. And he could be like that Justice League version, the animated series, that he was kind of like a mix race and shit like that. But also, I just think he has the aesthetic, he has the look too. Like you put him in a suit and shit like that, he could be great in it. Like again, he's gonna have money to be built and shit like that, so it makes sense. I wouldn't pass him to be Lex Luthor. I would actually like to see that. But that's just me. All right, we'll wrap this up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for listening to another episode of the Nick is Better Ice Bear podcast. Make sure you check us out anywhere and everywhere. RedCycloneInc. That is Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify. And we got our WordPress. Check it out.
Yep. Follow me on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, YouTube, SoundCloud, and Twitch, or Mark the Mic. Also follow my TikTok, Mark the Mic. I'm just posting figures and anything that I line up getting in from the mail and gaming galore. So definitely check all that out. And always remember, follow the Jinkies. Oh, check out other casts too. The Morphin Cast, Shell Shock, Not a Trekkie, and Game Away. Check those out.